Hola, I'm Uncle Mafufo, and what I'm going to do for the next while is explore a group of popular Middle Eastern dance rhythms. What I want to do with you is focus in on some traditional rhythmic modes and show you how to play them on the drum. I know if you learn these patterns that you'll have a firm base for your Middle Eastern drumming and dancing. Before we begin, there are a few things I want to call to your attention. The first one is finger rings. Please take them off before you play any kind of hand drums, because what happens is you'll destroy your rings, and you'll also destroy the skin or the head on your drum. Now, the second thing I want to tell you is I'm going to be teaching the patterns in a simple language of dumteka. It's Dumtekanese. It's the language spoken in Dumtekistan. Dumteka is, well, they're the sounds of the strokes. Dumteka. I will write down the rhythms for you in these simple syllables, and I want you to learn to say them. They'll be like doon teka teka tek teka teka tek tek doon teka teka tek teka teka tek tek. So once you've written them down, that kind of burns it into your memory. Then you can start saying them and learn them. While you're saying them, I want you to get used to keeping the tempo with your foot or with your toe, just tapping along with yourself. I'll show you the time, and I'll show you how to count it, how it fits together. But get used to having part of your body unconsciously keep the tempo for you. It's very important. I'll be showing you the rhythms on a drum like this, or this drum. This is an Egyptian tabla. It's a clay body with a skin head. And some of the rhythms, the same rhythms I'll show you on a Turkish style drum, which is a metal body, and it's tunable. This one has a synthetic head, and it has a much deeper sound. The reason I want to do that is the same rhythm played on a different voice many times will alter the mood completely, and so you can hear some of those things. I think that about covers everything. Why don't we get started on basic technique now? All right, the first stroke we'll work on is the bass sound. This one is called doon, and it can be done with either hand. When you're hitting the drum with like this, all your fingers are together. You relax your hand, and you make it heavy. And it's not a tight hand, it's just a very loose, heavy hand. And you just let it bounce on the drum head, so that it's very soft and it just makes a thudding sound. Now you keep all your fingers together, and there's a line right here where the skin meets the clay. Right here you can see it. And think of another line right here where your fingers meet your palm. And what you do is you put those two together, and that's the best place for doon. Doon. Now this one, work on. This is a very important sound to get that wonderful voice of the drum out. That's where you, this is where you begin, because the voices, there are only a few, so they should really contrast. This is dun, dun. Just work on it, work on it. Don't reach way up here, but just right in here. Dun. All right. The second one is called tek. And again, it's on that line where the skin meets the clay. And it's done with the last digit of your fingers here where your fingerprints are. And I find that I use these two fingers for some teks because I move them like this. When I use one finger, two, sometimes I use my first finger. Tek. This is called tek. And I think of it sometimes as your hand on a swivel, just going like this, and you get a snapping motion. And keep trying that, and you'll start getting a good tek. You want a snapping sound, very dry. That's tek. So you have dun and tek. The next one is ka, that sounds just like tek, except it's with the opposite hand. This hand, instead of moving this way, it moves like this. And usually the middle finger or your third finger will give you a really good ka. It's kind of a snapping, grabbing, as if you were grabbing things like this. And let your fingers just come down on that little edge where your fingerprints are. So that's why we write down things in dun tek ka. Dun tek ka. And that's how I'll put together the rhythmic patterns for you. That's dun tek ka. Now another stroke. This one has two ways. It's a slap. One of them is a gentle one that just kind of lays there. It's in the center of the drum. And your fingers are closed. Again, they're relaxed. But they just kind of hit quiet. They just kind of go there and then just lay there. In the center of the drum, right in the center. If dun is down here, this is up just a little bit. And just feel it, just drop it down like that. And this one sounds like this. So you get rhythms that sound like. That's like a gentle slap. And you could use that. There's certain rhythms that call for that. And I'll show them to you later. Now the other part of that one is a hard slap. It's for very energetic outdoor playing, for accents, and it's this one hits in the same place, but instead of staying there, it kind of bounces. And as you hit, you kind of grab it a little bit, just a little. This is a concept. This is in your mind, you're thinking that as you hit, you just kind of go like this. And you don't have to hit it real hard, but your hand is relaxed, but it does hit with force. It snaps on there, so it's. So that's the basic technique. Um, Work, if you can't get the slaps right away, just keep going over how to get them and keep trying them. Try the gentle one. Begin with the gentle one. But get that dune and get the text. Get them so that they're even. And so they sound like one another. Because most of the rhythms are composed of dune, tek, ka. And I think we're ready. There's some other strokes that I will show you as they come along in the rhythms. But now we're ready for the first rhythm. This is maksum. This is an Egyptian rhythm. And the way it is here is for one hand. I want you to learn it with one hand to get the feel of it. It sounds like this. Dun tek, tek, dun, tek, tek, dun, tek. And it's counted like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Dun tek, tek, dun, tek, dun, tek, tek, dun, tek, dun, tek, tek, dun, tek. While you're saying this, try tapping your foot along with the stick. That's what's keeping the tempo or keeping the beat. Get used to doing that. 3, 4. Now let me show you what it sounds like on the drum with one hand. Maksum with one hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We'll bring the tempo up. Now, I'll show it to you with both hands. Maksum with two hands. Now, you see what we did before is still here. Dun tek, tek, dun, tek, dun, tek, tek, dun, tek. But the only difference is ka and another ka here and a teka. Right? The count is the same. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and dun tek ka tek dun ka tek teka dun tek tek dun ka tek teka dun tek ka tek dun ka tek teka dun tek ka tek dun ka tek teka dun tek ka tek dun ka tek. Now it'll be easier when I show you on the drum. Now maksum with two hands. This is what it looks like. It's dun tek ka tek dun ka tek teka dun tek ka tek dun ka tek. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to add a few slaps, and now I'm going to add a new stroke apart from a slap. It's where I take either my thumb or the edge of my hand and press it down like this. It hits a microsecond before the tek does. would sound like this. You would incorporate it some places where you would put a tech. There it is, Maksum still. This hand is still doing this. Now I'm throwing a lot of strokes and a lot of extra beats in there, a lot of embellishments, so that you can look at them and see where they fit in this. Because Maksum with one hand is going through it, it's keeping the time. So if you want to keep the time with me, just do this and watch, and you'll see where it's happening. That's Maksum with both hands, and we'll keep coming back to that rhythm. Masmudi Sagir, or small Masmudi, also known as Beladi. This one is also in four beats. Sounds like this. Dun dun teka tek, dun teka tek, teka dun dun teka tek, dun teka tek, teka. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Dun dun teka tek, dun teka tek, teka dun dun teka tek, dun teka tek. That is Masmudi Sagir or Beladi. Let me show it to you on the drum. Masmudi Sagir or Beladi. Now this is a very popular and very much used rhythm. It has, the characteristics are the dunes. If you were standing very, very far away, what you would hear would be. That would be the characteristic of this rhythm. If you were really far away, that's what you would really hear. Anyway, there are many ways to play it. If we just do the basic, it's you can also double up on the text and give it a rolling feeling like this. You could add slaps. You could add, you know, I still don't know what these are called, but you could give them your own name. You could add slaps. You could add other things to make it the rhythm interesting. It sometimes rolls. So I've heard it very slow, like. doesn't seem to get much faster than that. Than a tempo of like this. If it gets faster than that, I've heard the orchestras or the groups switch to more of a maksum feel of dropping one of the dunes. And this can go very fast. And when it slows down, that's Beladi or Masmudi Sagir. Masmudi Kabir, or long Masmudi or big Masmudi. This is a rhythm that's used many times in entrances, at the beginning of compositions, or in musical passages where they want to change the weight and feeling and mood of the piece. And it's very effective because it feels like it slows down the time, but it really doesn't. It's in 8 beats, and this one, these are 3 variations. There are many variations, like in all these rhythms, there are many variations, and I'm just giving you, skimming the surface, as they say. This one is dun, dun, tek, tek, dun, teka, teka, tek, teka, teka, tek, tek, dun, dun, tek, tek, dun, teka, teka, tek, teka, teka, tek, tek. This looks very involved here, but as you think about it, if you write it down, it becomes easier, and you'll find that teka, teka, tek, teka, teka, tek, tek is used a lot in this kind of playing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dun, dun, tek, tek, dun, teka, teka, tek, teka, teka, tek, tek. Are you tapping? I hope you're tapping. You've got to tap to do this. Now this second variation skips the 4th beat, and it sounds dun, 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 tek, dun, teka, teka, tek, teka, teka, tek, tek, dun, 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 tek, dun, teka, teka, tek, teka, teka, tek, tek. The last one sounds like this. Dun, dun, ka, tek, 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 dun, teka, teka, tek, teka, teka, tek, tek, dun, dun, ka, tek, 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 dun, teka, teka, tek, teka, teka, tek, tek. Now I'll show you this on the drum. All right, 3 variations of Masmudi Kabir. The first one was dun, dun, tek, tek, dun, teka, teka, tek, teka, teka, tek, tek. The second one was the one that skipped the 4th beat, and it sounds like this. And the last one was smoothie kabir. Wahitawiya. This is a lovely rhythm, an Egyptian rhythm. It's one dun with a syncopated tail. Dun, teka teka tek, teka teka tek tek. It's in 4 beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Dun teka teka tek, teka teka tek tek. Dun teka teka tek, teka teka tek tek. Dun teka teka tek, teka teka tek tek. This one is wonderful in transitions, in making passages from one rhythm to another, or from one feeling of rhythm to another, and also in drum solos. It's very valuable. It could be accented with a lot of spice or played very sedately. Let me show you on the drum. Wahid tawiya. Dun teka teka tek teka teka tek tek. It has many possibilities. All right, now we come to Taksim, or Sifteteli. This was originally a Turkish rhythm, Sifteteli, and it's been adopted by Greek music, Arabic music, and you'll find it in many forms, I've heard it in South American music so many times. It's a lovely form. The characteristic of it, it's in 8 beats, and the characteristic of this one is that there's a rest on the eighth beat. It sounds like this. Dun, tek, 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 dun, dun, tek, rest. Dun, tek, 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 dun, dun, tek. I always imagine it played on 2 kettle drums. Dum, 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 dum. And it's always better when it's riding on top of an elephant somewhere. It's wonderful. There are a multitude of variations. This is only a couple. It's used to accompany. Taksim means solo, special part of the dance, special. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, katek tek, katek tek, bang teka doon teka tek. Rest. Doon, katek tek, katek tek, teka doon teka tek. Rest. That's the first part. That's one variation. Another variation is this one. Doon, teka teka tek, teka teka tek, teka doon teka tek. Rest. Doon, teka teka tek, teka teka tek, teka doon teka tek. Rest. Doon, teka teka tek, teka teka tek, teka doon teka tek. Rest. Now you could, as long as you keep the time for yourself, you could see that you could improvise over this rhythm like this. Doom, katek tek, katek tek, teka tek, teka tek, tek tek. Teka 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 doom teka tek. improvise. This one is the one for that. Let me show you on the drum. Siftateli or taksim. Now this one, once you learn a basic pattern of it that stays in your head, and it's a ribbon that keeps going through to keep time for yourself, learn to play it as slow as you can possibly do it, and then very fast too, because in Greek music they play very fast. I'll start it off slow, or the variations that we learned. And the second variation was rest. That's Siftateli. That's only a few variations of it. Before we go any further, I've noticed that I'm doing some rolls, things like that I'd like to give you the concept of how to start doing them. One way I found is everyone has different ways of moving their hands. If you kind of notice, like when you're impatient and when you're waiting for something, and I've noticed some people sitting on a table and doing some fantastic things with their hands just by hitting on a desktop or a tabletop. Find out what you can do and what you're good at. Some people can do some wonderful things and develop that. I found that I was real good at doing this on a tabletop. And so I applied it to the top of a drum, and it sounds very good. And in combination with these two fingers on this side, it has a lovely sound. So experiment with your hand. If you like this one starts with the small, and it goes like that. If you want want to roll with your whole hand, try doing it in bursts like taka taka tak taka taka tak taka taka tak taka 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 tak taka 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 tak. Until you get very fluid in that way. And then pretty soon you won't have to be counting them, and you and just experiment with your drum. Relax your hands and see what works for you. Saidi. This one is definitely an Egyptian rhythm. It's a country rhythm from the Saidi people. It's in 4 beats, and the characteristic is that it has a lot of backbeat. It has sometimes a slap at the ending on 4, or a tech. You'll hear it. It sounds like this. doom ka tack ka doom doom tack a slap, doom ka tack ka doom tack a slap, or doom ka tack ka doom tack a tack. But it's counted like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Doom ka tack ka doom tack a slap, doom ka tack ka doom tack a tack, doom ka tack ka doom tack a tack, doom ka tack ka doom tack a tack, doom ka tack ka doom tack a tack. I've heard it also with a doon put right here in place of this with right here in the beginning, and it sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Doom tack a doom tack a tack, doom tack a doom tack a tack, doom tack a doom tack a slap, doom tack a doom tack a slap. It has a very beautiful feeling in both ways. It's a lovely rhythm. It's a beautiful rhythm. Let me show you on the drum. Saidi. Saidi. Now this next rhythm is a rhythm in 2 beats. It's called ayub in the Arab rhythm that I'm going to show you. It's this is an Egyptian rhythm. It's sometimes called Arabi. When it's slow, very slow, it's called a zar. And there's another variation that I'll show you. It's called Karachi. Now, first of all, this one. The 2 beats, the way I have it is 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Now these ands, let me show you something. Your foot is going down on 1. These are the down beats, and these are the up beats, okay? So your foot would be going 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So you can see where these fit. It sounds like this: doon ka 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 doon ka. So it's heavy on those downbeats, and you notice that this ka is not quite on and. It's right. It's like a little bit of a flam. It goes kadoon, kadoon. It's right before the 2. So it sounds like doon, kadoon, ka, doon, kadoon, ka. This is ayub, very slow. Now, you can substitute for this ka, you can substitute slaps, texts, different sounds to make a different texture to the rhythm. You could double up on it, which I'll show you when I'm playing the drum. Now, Karachi, the only difference with this, it's the same syncopation. It's counted the same in 2. It comes from the Karachi people in India, but it's very popular in modern Egyptian music now, and it has a lovely feel. And it's tek, katek, doom, tek, katek, doom, tek, katek, doom, tek, katek, doom, tek, katek, doom. It's still 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and tek, katek, doom, tek, katek, doom, tek, katek, doom. This one is also called martillo in Cuban music. I think we're ready to try it on the drum now. All right, now the 2-beat rhythms, the Arabic rhythm, Ayub, the Zar, Karachi, and Longa too. We'll start out with the Zar, very slow. Now Ayub. Ayub. That's Ayub, or feelings of Ayub. Now it's Karachi, here's Karachi. It's just reversed, remember? Tek, katektum, tek, katektum. And with Karachi, you can double up on the strokes too. This is what I mean. Instead of, you can double up with it. Okay, I'll start out the simple one. And now, finally, longa, which is the simplest one. It's just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. When things get real fast, and it's difficult to do a lot of the movements like that, you can just break down into. And this could go from very slow, keep the time, to very fast. Two. Malfouf and Saudi, its cousin Saudi. Malfouf is again an Egyptian rhythm, and Saudi is a variation that's found around the Arabian Peninsula, the Gulf. A lot of the folk music and a lot of the popular music is in this rhythm. It's a different feel. Again, it's in 2, and it sounds like doom katek katek doom katek katek it's counted like this: 1, 1, and 2, and 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 doom ka tek ka tek ka doom ka tek ka tek doom ka tek ka tek ka doom ka tek ka tek ka. This also serves as a rumba, as a flamenco rumba. I know that this music is very popular now too. The Gypsy Kings, if you listen to the basic rhythm that they're playing, many times you'll hear malfuf coming through there, or flamenco rumba. To turn it into a Saudi feel, you'll just substitute this tek for a doom, and it sounds like this. Doom ka doom ka tek doom doom ka tek doom doom ka tek doom doom ka tek doom doom ka tek. Let me show it to you on the drum. It'll probably be clearer. Malfuf. First I'll play malfuf for a little bit, and this is malfuf or flamenco rumba. It's also got part of an African clave, which is and now just turning it into Saudi by adding a doom. Malfuf, Saudi, flamenco rumba. And now we come to Karsilama, or dance from Kars. This is a Turkish rhythm in 9 beats, as you can see it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now instead of trying to count it and play it, I found that this system right here is much easier of breaking it down into segments of 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. As if you see right here, this adds up to 6, and then with this it adds up to 9. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, doon teka tek teka doon teka tek ka tek doon teka tek teka doon teka tek ka tek. It gives you the feeling of the rhythm, and it's much easier to count those uneven rhythms like 7s and 5s and 11s. Now let me show you this on the drum. Karsilama, I'll do it slow, and then I'll just build up the speed to get it fast to a normal speed. Doon teka tek teka doon teka tek ka tek 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And finally we come to the sixes, or 6/8. And this one, I hesitate to give it a name, because what I'm going to try to show you here is simply a key to the sixes, a generic form, let's say, of how to think about them, of one form. Let's say you could think of them 6 beats. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you can accent on the 4. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sometimes someone could play a line like that, and someone else could play 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or dunka tek, dunka tek, dunka tek, dunka tek. Along with this, or even dun tek, dun tek, dun tek, dun tek, dun tek, dun tek. Depending on the voices, if the voices are different, they'll all blend together. This is a very social rhythm. Very social. They're very beautiful. This is another one. It's a variation we'll work on too. This one is, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's dun dun ka tek tek ka. Dun dun ka tek tek ka. Dun dun ka tek tek ka. You'll see on the drum how beautiful they sound together. Let's try it there. Now, here are some possibilities in 6. The first one I showed you is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or dun ka te ka, dun ka te ka te ka, where you accent the 4th beat with the ka. Okay. That's slow, it sounds like that, but fast. What I was doing there was simply alternating a dun and a slap on one. The other variation is very pretty, which you can alter with, is I'm still thinking within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you experiment. The first one where you start, if you've never played in 6, start with this one. It's good for your hands. It'll get you alternating your hands. And go for the sound. See what happens, because there are different sounds, different songs that come out of that simple pattern of 6. Experiment with this. Those were the 6s. Well, we've come to the end of the time together, and I hope that the material I've presented will be of good use to you in your playing and in your dancing. And in parting, I don't know what to tell you except keep your toe tapping and your ears and your heart open. And if you have any questions, give me a call. Hope to see you soon.